This coming Sunday is the 5th Sunday of Easter. We are presented with an image that is familiar to us. Jesus says, "I am the vine. You are the branches." Our gospel passage is taken from John's Gospel, chapter 15, verses 1 through 8. Let's take a listen. Jesus said to his disciples, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and every one that does he prunes, so that it bears more fruit. You are already pruned because of the word that I spoke to you. Remain in me as I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine. You are the branches. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into a fire, and they will be burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask for whatever you want, and it will be done for you. By this is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples." This image invites us to think about how we are connected to Christ. He uses an image that would have been so familiar in his time, a vine and a branch. But we too can relate to that image as well. When we remain in him, that is, stay connected to him, we will bear great fruit. How connected are we to Christ in our lives these days? Perhaps the pandemic has been a challenge to stay connected. We have had a difficult time during this past year to stay connected to each other. Haven't we had to be creative to keep in contact with those who are homebound? We would call on the phone, send text messages and emails, perhaps a drive-by visit. We really made an effort to stay connected with those whom we love. How do we stay connected with Jesus, whom we love? How have we paid attention to the close relationship of the vine and the branches? He says in the gospel passage, "Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into a fire, and they will be burned." We can stay connected with our God with initiative and effort. The branch and vine can be strong. Certainly the nourishment we receive at Mass from hearing the Word and receiving the Eucharist strengthen the bonds of vine and branches, of me and Jesus. My brothers and sisters, be like the gardener who goes out to take a look at the plants. How are the branches doing? How are you doing in your own life of faith, staying connected? I invite you to reflect on the upcoming Sunday Gospel. Let the Gospel fill your week. See you in church, in person, or virtually. God bless.